All right, Coach, got 10 minutes here.
So how tough is that? How tough is that defense?
It was the best. It was the best. I mean, we didn't do a very good job, but I got to give them credit.
10 minutes.
They like me now. They didn't like me at halftime. But anyway, they really came at us. They were physical with us. I thought they were strong. I thought they were tough. All those guards, except one, were big. Padula's a physical kid. And we did a poor job of just moving the ball the first half. The second half, we decided we'd drive it more. We blur more screens. We got downhill. We got both to the free throw line and to the basket, shot a higher percentage. And then defensively, we decided to start guarding a little bit better. You know, we had some problems. You know, we changed lineups where, you know, we're asking guys to do different things than they've done, and some of the ball screen coverages weren't as good. But again, that's because Padula's a hell of a player up there, and a lot. You know, you can't be off him. He can make a three if you're on him. He's strong enough to take it to the rack. So I'm just so happy and proud that we hung in there, not playing great. And I think everybody would agree with that. And but we said before the game, special teams at Michigan State is free throws, free throw cutouts, baseline out of bounds plays, sideline out of bounds plays. And we gave up a big three late in the game on a baseline out of bounds play. We did a real poor job on a free throw line cutout. They got the rebound, kicked it out for a three. And I think that is going to hit home a little more tonight on how important that is. If you would have lost by one, I think they would have realized it. So we're still growing, we're still learning, and that's what I'm excited about too. Is our guys are still. I feel we can still get better, and I think they think that we need to get better, and so we're going to coach them tonight and tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon and until the game on Sunday.
Tom, you say you don't hang Elite Eight banners, but what does this mean? Your 11th trip to the Elite Eight for you?
You know, sometimes it's surreal. I mean. You know, I think of some of the guys that I've idolized in coaching, never been to one. I'm just so pleased, but I'm so humbled by it because there's so many good players, and my staff did a hell of a job. Man, they all deserve jobs today because they did a hell of a job too. And you know, when they say it's everybody's got to be involved, we talk about our team being strength in numbers, our staff, our managers, our scout team. We've had the most strength in numbers as we've ever had here. And to get to an Elite Eight with a team that we all know isn't quite as talented as some as I've had. But boy, it shows you how important connectivity is. It shows you how important togetherness is. It shows you how important pulling for one another is. And that's what makes this so cool.
The stretch where Jeremy to come back in the second half the way it does and put together, maybe figure out the answers at halftime and kind of put things together after halftime.
Yeah, you know, I thought sometimes we wore people down, and we didn't wear them down. We did a little better job driving the ball, you know, and that got us to the free throw line a little bit more. And they were into us so hard. We had to drive it. They were switching every screen. They did a good job, and they're really good at it. But, yeah, we had a lot of talks at halftime. Nice thing about a 20-minute halftime compared to the normal, whatever it is. We got to cover a lot more things.
The stretch where Jeremy jumped up and stole that ball, feeds Cohen, gets the three, draws the foul. How key was that for you guys to pull away with this one?
Yeah, you know, I think Jeremy's play, which one? The one that Cohen got the dunk?
Jumped up, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Cohen is a dunk is 2 points, right? But his dunks are like 3.5, you know? I mean, they get me going, they get the team going, they get the fans going, they get even the media. I'm sure even you guys came off your chair a little bit. You know, he wins the opening tip. You know, Cohen is going to get better and better and better too, but that was a big play by Jeremy and a big play by Cohen.
Coach, when you have games like this, I know that you don't want games to come down to the end, but
no, I don't.
Knowing the fact that your team can come through at the end and play well and win the game, like, what does that mean to you?
Well, you got to learn how to win close games. You know, that's one of the things that a lot of people have talked about are some of these teams in this thing, you know, has Duke played enough close games? I mean, they're so good. I don't know if they need close games, but we played in our share of close games, and our guys do have confidence in the second half. You know, we got to do a little more in the first half because as these teams get better, you don't get to just play a half. But sometimes it's because the other team's better too, and this team was better today.
Where's the mental toughness of this team compared to others you've had?
Well, you know, it's hard to measure. I'm not one of those psychologists or psychiatrists. I don't know where it is. I just know that they respond. They respond to getting held accountable, and that's not normal for a lot of people anymore. And I'm the luckiest guy in America because they do.
Strength and numbers look different. Strength and numbers look different today with just 8 guys playing. How'd you sort of come up with that plan, and what do you think stamina-wise down the end?
You know, a little different, you know. I mean, it'd been good to get Book in. Shimon didn't get to get in. I mean, it was just, you know, I've heard a lot of people talk about it on the news or on those reports that, you know, this tournament isn't about the best teams. It's about the matchups. And sometimes the matchups make a difference. And we had enough courage to change a few things because we thought it was best for the matchups. And it hurt us a little bit because some guys weren't ready to play some of those positions, but it helped us a little bit
what
too.
What made Cohen ready for the moment of starting in the Sweet 16?
Well, Cohen's been Cohen and Trey are 6 starters, if you ask me. I mean, I've started Cohen a couple of second halves lately, but he's ready for the moment. The problem is we moved him from the 3 to the 4, and then he played some 3. And that's not easy. He deserves a lot of credit for that, especially in such a big game.
You guys were down 10 in the first half. How big were those 4 threes in the final couple minutes to cut that to 2?
Yeah, you know, I thought the game was won. I think a lot of times it is. You know, I saw Arkansas. I thought the game was almost hurt in the last minute of the first half when they went on a 5-0 run. You know, and they had a 13 or 12-point lead. Sometimes those energy things going in, and then we stopped them on the last shot. I said in that huddle, if we can go down 4. Well, we're going to win the game. And then we went down 2, and I thought our kids felt comfortable, confident, and excited.
What about the support for Michigan State here in Atlanta? It's a long way.
Yeah. You know what? Our fans have been so good, and the alumni here, it's the advantage of being in a school where there's 600,000 living alums, you know. There's some pretty neat cities, and we got a lot of football guys down here. I think Ensign Carter's coming in on Sunday. We're going to have some hockey guys. I could have used all those guys. I could have used Kevin Willis. He was in the locker room tonight. We weren't the toughest team tonight, fellas, and that pains me to say that, but it also, I respect it because of how hard Chris's team plays, but also how we found a way to bounce back in that situation. And Jace Richardson was unbelievable. Jeremy made some big plays. Jeremy made a lot of plays in the huddles. He really did a hell of a job. You know, Trey struggled the first half, came back second half. Jaden made a couple of big plays and some free throws, and everybody did their job. Yeah, we only played 8. You know, when you get into these games, sometimes timeouts are longer, half times are longer, there's more of them. But I still want to play, you know. We could play either one of the next 2 teams that are bigger. We could start a different lineup. We could change it up, so don't be mad at me. Things,
Jaden in particular, the last maybe 5-6 minutes, a couple of those driving layups, and then the free throws in particular to kind of put it away.
Because he's been struggling from the line, you know, and I told him, you know, you want to go home, you want to play. You know, you're a senior. You know, the rest of us got another year, but you don't. And I thought he raised it up. You know, I mean, he made a couple big drives, but those free throws were money. Had a big rebound, did a good job defensively. He wanted to take Padula at the end, but Jeremy was really doing a good job, and so did Trey. And, you know, Jeremy was in the huddle talking about, let's get Trey this shot, let's get him coming off this. I mean, it was kind of the player-coach team that I love so much, and give Jeremy Fierce credit for that.
What did Fierce tell you when you were going into halftime? He put his arm around you when you were going into the locker room?
Yeah, we were going to foul again, but he
I mean, after the first half, when you were going to the locker room.
Yeah, no, we were going to foul again, and he didn't foul.
Okay.
But he didn't foul because the guy was going into a shot, and he was right. Okay. And he just told me that. And I told him, you were right. Now, if the shot would have gone in, I'd have probably told him he was wrong, you know. But
he came out of the timeout, and Carson Cooper
Thanks,
got
guys.
that screen, that short roll. Was that the primary?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
And why did you go to because you hadn't really attempted that pass all night on a short roll?
Well, because they were
trapped.
they were starting to trap us more.
You felt comfortable with Carson finishing that? I mean, it was a big play, eh?
Not totally, but we
Worked out.
He had some
worked
big
out.
finishes in the paint. That last one too.
And
yeah.
the rebound.
But well, Coop had a big finish. That was a big finish Coop had. That was good.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tom.